Welcome to Fight Heads MMA. It's me, Miss Nikki.
Miss Nikki, can't
It's
say
me, Miss Nikki. I'm back today with Christian Schmidt, one of my ring announcers. He's worldwide, you guys. You might not know, but you're going to find out today who this young man is. We're going to find out some of the accolades that he carried around in his bag and how he moved, what he's about to do. He got some big stuff coming up on some big shows. So let's find out what Christian has for Miss Nikki and what nuggets we're going to get today.
Well, I'll tell you what, Miss Nikki, it's a pleasure to be here on Fight Heads MMA. I've been wanting to be on your show for so long. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for taking the time to have me on your show. Hopefully, I'll do it justice. Hopefully, I'll satisfy your viewers. I'm just really excited to be here. So first off, before anything, I just want to say thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, Sir Christian, for being a part of our show and wanting to be up here with us. We are honored and ecstatic to have you. This has been a long time coming from both sides, and I'm excited, and I want to know everything that you want us to know.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I'm excited to let you know what's been going on, give my opinion on certain things. I'm ready to talk about the combat sports world, MMA, pro boxing, whatever you want to talk about. I'm ready to go. So, yeah, let's get this party started with whatever you would like to speak on.
Okay, so what I do know about Sir Christian Schmidt, he is, he started out in combat journalism. He speaks two languages. He announces in two languages, you guys. We don't have a lot of people that can do that. So for him to be able to do that is awesome. That means we're going to find him on all types of cards, you guys, announcing for some of these up and coming boxers, some of our already established boxers and beyond. So just be looking for this young man to just keep doing big things. He's interviewed people like Chavez and look, I got to go back to all the information he sent me. Manny Pacquiao, Oscar De La Hoya, Jesse James. I can't even, how do you pronounce his last name?
Leia.
Mr. Leia, Orlando Gonzalez. Lots of people, you guys. This man, George Foreman. This man is probably somebody we want to know. That's what I'll say. This young man, Christian, is somebody we want to know because he's going to keep us abreast of some awesome things going on in the boxing world that might not reach our ears unless we have an inside link, which is this young man. So go ahead and talk to us, baby.
Well, really, I'm excited about what's going to be coming up the next couple of months because, as we all know, the pandemic has affected all of us in some way, shape, or form. We're all blessed to be here. Whoever's watching this, you're blessed. I'm blessed. Bless my family. That we made it out. That we have been vaccinated. Well, everybody should be vaccinated. If you're not vaccinated, you should be vaccinated. So I'm very happy that we got out of that pandemic for one, and I'm also very happy that once again these events are opening back up and we're able to have these big crowds. It's something you never appreciated. Let's be honest. We never appreciated being able to attend a public event like this before because this has never happened in our lifetimes. And so I think now, for so many different reasons, we're all so happy. We're also blessed to be able to participate in whatever way you do participate, whether you're a fan or a promoter, ring announcer, fighter, trainer, cutman, whoever, journalist. You can be a part of these events right now. I'm really excited that they're all opening back up. And for people like myself, the fighters, you, Miss Nikki, we're able to get back involved again. And we've been chomping at the bit for about, really a year. And now everybody's ready to go. And that includes myself. I'm especially ready to go. And I'm blessed to have several opportunities that are going to be coming my way in the next couple of months.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What sort of opportunities, young man? Give us the nuggets.
This Saturday night at the Expo Hall in San Antonio, Team Moronis Boxing. This is especially kind of special to me because I was born and raised in San Antonio, and it's professional boxing in San Antonio. The promoter's name is Rick Moronis Jr. He's very well known. He has, a lot of good connections. A lot of the fight fans got introduced to Rick in the HBO 24/7 when Canelo fought James Kirkland because Rick, young guy, well, he's still a young guy, but he's like 29 at the time, training James Kirkland. That's when he became more mainstream and started making the bigger connections. Rick has his own promotions. I'm proudly representing him. And I'm going to be announcing for him this Saturday, June the 12th, at the Expo Hall in San Antonio. Starts at 7 p.m. We're going to be having 9 professional bouts. It's going to be really exciting. Anybody out there that's interested, just search Team Moronis Boxing. That's Moronis, Morones Boxing, and see how to get tickets there. I'm going to be the announcer, super excited about this. I mean, I'm coming home. It's my hometown. I'm doing what I love, and so I'm especially happy about that. And then after that, I'm going to be in Houston for Kingdom Fights, which is going to be an exhibition. There's going to be a combination of boxing, MMA, kickboxing, BJJ. That is brought to us by a very well-respected competitor, MMA competitor named Ray Trujillo. Ray is the owner of Kingdom Fights. He's a well-traveled veteran. He's fought the best in promotions all over. Ray just headlined a pay-per-view in Mississippi and really took it to the guy. And Ray, great dude, great guy. That's going to be Houston, big city, the big city. It's going to be humid, but it's going to be a lot of fun that day. And then that's going to be, after that, I'm going to be announcing professional wrestling July the 3rd in Castroville, Texas with GPW. That's Rudy Russo. He's the promoter there. And then after that, it's going to be in Pell City, Alabama. Brandy Bolin McCain is a female promoter, an awesome female promoter. She has connections with Roy Jones Jr.
Wow.
Yeah, Jay Diaz, who is the trainer for Deontay Wilder. Unfortunately, Wilder and Jay aren't going to be there because they got to fight the Tyson Fury in Vegas that night. But that's going to be July the 24th in Pell City, Alabama. Go ahead.
So you're saying that there's a card on July 24th that's going to be going up against this heavyweight championship fight?
Yeah, it was. Brandy had it planned before they made the announcement. And I don't know if the Wilder Fury will exactly happen. That's just my opinion. I don't know. But yeah, I am positive that the event by 116 Promotions, that's Brandy's promotion, that's going to happen 100%. She's got about 10, 12 bouts scheduled that night in Pell City, Alabama. If you want to get tickets, 116 Promotions on Facebook. It's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, I don't know if that whole Wilder Fury thing is actually going to happen. If you've been following it closely, which I have, I love both of those heavyweights. They're so respectable. And the fight's going to be closer. The Fury Wilder, mark my words, people are writing off Wilder, but the fight's going to be better than most give it credit for, because people are writing off Wilder. But still, he's a great fighter. That's going to be happening on July the 24th. I'm really excited because I've announced in Alabama for MMA Southeastern Combat Championships for James Mills, a great guy. I've announced for him. I'm going to go back. This is my first time in North Alabama. And I'll tell you what, I call them Southern boys. They know how to get down. I'll tell you what, those guys know how to get down with MMA boxing, and I can't wait to do it.
So the Alabama show is going to be when?
July the 24th in Pell City.
Ooh.
Yeah, Pell, and if you can make it, it would be even more awesome.
Oh my God, I just been invited. But I'm thinking that we are, I don't know, there's something the 24th. Oh, Miranda Maverick fights on the UFC, on that UFC card that night.
Okay.
on the 24th of July. Not that I don't think in this moment that I know I'll be there or in the crowd or anything like that, but that's probably where my mind is stuck on the 24th. Plus, it's my daughter's birthday, the 24th.
Yeah.
But that sounds awesome to come to Alabama for for this card. Ooh, y'all,
Yeah.
that could be something Miss Nikki might be working on. Coming to see Chris Schmidt in person, and come check out our fighters in Alabama, which some of them I may have met at some of these shows that we have done through BKFC, because a lot of the fighters show up to different events. So I may know a couple of these fighters, and they may know me.
And
So,
it's in North Alabama, so it won't be that far of a trip for you. So
okay,
all the
okay.
all the better.
Okay. So you announced for boxing, MMA, and wrestling. So tell me again about this wrestling event.
It's going to be July the 3rd. It's called Galactic Pro Wrestling in Castroville, Texas. Wrestling is very different from boxing and MMA. It's much more
No,
live.
I know that. Come on now, my son wrestled in high school.
Okay. Well, this is like pro wrestling, like
Oh,
WWE.
you mean like WWE and that kind of? Oh, really? You were? Oh, I didn't catch that. So when you said you announced for wrestling competitions, I really just took it to the high school, college, or that type of state games of America. I don't know. That's where my mind was at. Okay. Oh, yeah, that is action right there. How much fun is that being on the set?
It's so much fun. It's so much more laid back than pro boxing and pro MMA. With pro boxing and MMA, there's state regulations you have to follow, and understandably so. Um, all three, all three that are mentioned are very dangerous. But boxing and MMA, boxing, people ask me what's the most dangerous. The most dangerous is the pro boxing because they're blows to the head, and obviously that's the most vital part of your body that you need to keep intact. So if it does get hurt, it's very bad, and I totally hate seeing guys get hurt, even though this is the hurt business. Okay, but still, I hate it. With the pro wrestling, at least in Texas, it's not the same for other places. But in Texas, you don't have to have it state regulated, state sanctioned, which makes it easier for the businesses. But that's good to also have that the state regulations, so you can have it where you're following certain protocols, and like in boxing, MMA, it's required at your show, so you have EMTs and an ambulance there. But yeah, there are a lot of fun either way, and I love doing them both, and I love them. I love all three for different reasons.
Do those wrestling shows, are they easy to sell out as
It,
opposed to our MMA shows and our boxing shows? Do they sell out quicker,
it depends
or
on
things are in full swing? And now
where
that we're going back to full swing, I expect you to be
it,
probably very super busy amongst all three fields.
it depends on where and how established the promotion is, and if
Okay.
they've got bigger names coming into them, or I mean, there's just so many different variables. But yeah, I mean, I can kind of say yes and no as far as the answer,
Okay.
because I mean it's a hit or miss thing.
Where
Um,
do you expect this upcoming event that you're going to be announcing for? Where do you expect it to land? How popular is this promotion, and how far do we have to search to find the promotion and tickets for it?
it's called
Because I want people to buy tickets for this.
Yeah, for sure. GPW Galactic Pro Wrestling, ran by a very respected wrestler, Rudy Russo, originally from Corpus Christi, now residing in San Antonio. Rudy was a fantastic wrestler, but now he's the promoter, and
Okay.
I get to announce. And we've got top level talent like Alex Arsenal and Richie Garcia, Don Holden, who has a very attractive backstory. He's making a debut at age 58. So
Age 58.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
in the hell is going on?
yeah,
What in
and
the world?
very dedicated, and he doesn't look 58 when he wrestles. And so, I mean, so many different reasons why you want to go to this in Castroville, Texas, a nice little community, kind of South Central Texas community, and it sells out a lot. And there's going to be a good crowd, and I cannot wait to be the announcer.
That's the event I want to come to. That's the event that I want to come to. I know you offered me to come to the boxing event and the MMA event. That's the event. The wrestling event will be, if I can come to that event, that will be the first time I've ever covered a professional wrestling event of that nature at all. And not that I'm not a fan, but you know what I'm saying? Never been invited and never had a chance to get in the door. So, oh, I'm going to try to make my way to that event. That sounds very exciting. It sounds like it's something people would want to see and be a part of, even though we got MMA and boxing returning too. I mean, that's just awesome. I love it. I thank you for telling me that and sharing that with me and inviting
GPW,
me.
yeah, GPW. So very easy to find online. So yeah,
Okay.
wow.
So let me ask you a question. What's your take on the YouTuber versus celebrities or versus, MMA fighters or boxers? What do you think that, how do you feel about that?
Okay, excellent question. That question that you have is what is burning up worldwide, and everybody is talking about it. And just like every type of subject that has two sides of the story, I try to look at it from two sides of the story and then form my opinion. Now, on one side, people are saying it's ruining the sport of boxing. It's degrading. It's taking up the quality. It's making it a circus. It's making it a joke. And then on the other side, people are saying, well, if it sells tickets, at the end of the day, boxing is a business. If it's reaching a greater audience, then it is, it's good. Now, I'm going to have to be honest with you, Miss Nikki.
I want you to be.
Get close here. Now,
Let's get close.
as a ring announcer, if that means there's going to be more opportunities for me, what am I going to say? No, I hate it, and then see me announcing after I said I hated it. Okay, so yeah, I'm just being honest here because so many of the people that are saying, yeah, it's great, or no, it isn't. I mean, at the end of the day, you're saying what benefits you best, I think. But even having said that, I ordered the pay-per-view
Okay.
that Sunday night. Was Floyd Mayweather Jr. and
It was $50, right?
Logan Paul.
It
Um,
was it was $50, wasn't it?
and for the first time ever, out of years of having pro boxing parties and probably 20 years, I saw, because I have nieces and nephews that are in their teens, they were actually interested and watched the fight.
Oh wow.
Okay,
That does say something.
so everybody's saying bad things or negative things. A whole nother audience, which you cannot deny. And I don't even know what a YouTuber is. Does that mean you make videos and somehow get paid for it or something? I don't even know what that is. And I don't even know what the teenagers watch anymore. But all I know is that they pay attention to the Paul brothers. And if you're opening up a whole nother audience, which, I mean, wow. If you could get kids ages 13 to whatever, 19, whatever, how much bigger this could be. So, I mean, I'm weighing all aspects from this, but obviously at the end of the day, and like I confessed what my bias was. Yeah, is it good? Yeah, it is, because it's got people talking.
Mm-hmm.
So I know
Mm-hmm.
that's not going to sit well with a lot of traditionalists. I know a lot of old school people are going to be looking at me like, oh, come on, man. I hate it now. It's turning into a circus. But look, we're talking about it. And if it could get families to sit down, a family, in my case, I had my wife's family here. There was probably about 12 of us just sitting around the TV for the entire fight. If that's happening, then it's a good thing. And we're being entertained, having fun, and the sport of boxing is getting more eyeballs.
How did you feel about the entertainment aspect? Is like as far as the music and the performances and dancing. Well, I know that took part on the pre-show, but as far as like in between the bouts or the commentating, was that good for you too? Was everything like a complete show when you thought about it afterwards?
I don't want to say anything negative. I have had issues with the commentating. I'm not going to name names, but
I think that when it comes to our commentators, I think sometimes they are very comfortable in their position. And because they do it all the time on their shows, on their personal shows, and then they come on to shows like this and able to speak their mind, I think it may not sit well with a lot of people how they view it or put it out there.
well, like I said, I'm not going to say names, but if you saw the Tyson Jones exhibition, I don't like it when the commentators try to be funny.
That's the best part. Sometimes they come up with some good.
Okay, other people may disagree, and they have, but when they try to make a joke out about what's going on, or oh, this reminds me of this, or they're giggling, or they're laughing, or they think it's funny, I take it serious. And no matter how much of an exhibition it is, I take it serious because I think if you give a presentation that is like a joke, people will think it's a joke. I don't care how much of an exhibition it is, it's boxing. It's real. And so, I mean, I just wish that sometimes, I have seen the commentators kind of try to be a little silly, and I don't like that. But as far as the answering your questions towards the overall production, the entertainment aspect, it was awesome. And the music and the lights and this past Sunday night happenings in Miami, in front of the that stadium, whatever, very well known stadium, but it just the scenic aspect. It was very symbolic of something that was very like wow, cool and big time. And so it was good for boxing. It happened on a Sunday night. And I think a lot of people enjoyed it, including my family.
And you know what? Also, for our commentators, this is new for them too. They don't know what space to really be in with it because it's brand new to them too. So, all across the board, I'm giving everybody a chance. This is hybrid, just like with anything else. We're building something out of something we already have. We're adding on to it. We're finding new ways to make it look good. And um, I think everybody's going to have to find their comfortable space with it. If it's not going to go away, then we're going to have to find a comfortable space with it. And for and most of those commentators are people that have been fight or have fought or at least been in that world for all of their career. So they know how serious those maybe the two people might be going into the fight and maybe they don't. I don't know, but it just depends on the energy that the fighters are bringing too. Like I thought that was kind of a brutal fight between Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. I really and if nothing for any other reason was because I know they're not these young cowboys anymore. So
Yeah,
for them to still be able to lay those punches on each other the way they were, it was just phenomenal to me. So you got to respect that. And if
I,
they're willing to put themselves on the line for that, even in exhibition, you
exactly.
still got to respect it because it's still somebody taking a punch and giving a punch. If that's what you're there for, then shut up and sit down.
Exactly. That's why, I mean, and they were serious. Tyson and Jones, I ordered that. They didn't look 50 something. They didn't look like an exhibition. They, Tyson looked in phenomenal shape. I mean, he brought it. It was serious. And it was a couple times with the bell rung at the end of the round. You saw Tyson get into it so kind of, and you were wondering what's going to happen. That's why a lot of us bought it. But yeah, I just like it when it's, it has to be presented in more of a serious tone. But that's just my 2 cents. Other people enjoy that kind of comedic presentation. Um, so I mean, to each their own. It just depends on what the majority of the public likes. But yeah,
they can't tone it back down from what they've built it up to be at this point. Do you think that everybody is being honest about their opinion of how good of a boxer these Logan young men may or may not be, including Mr. Mayweather, who just came out of the ring with the exhibition with this young man. Um, do you think they're really giving an honest opinion of what's really, really what we all see? Like, because
uh,
I look at it and I'm like, if you got to hold somebody up and keep them from falling on the canvas,
yeah, I saw that.
I don't think that's Manny Pacquiao level.
Yeah. Um,
Boxing.
the thing that I'll say about the Paul brothers is obviously okay in the professional boxing world. What a lot of casual fans don't see is that when you see these champions and these household names, they didn't start boxing at age 21 or age 25, or it wasn't some ex-football player or basketball player or somebody from another sport or something. They got started on average, Golden Gloves and amateurs probably about age 10 to maybe age 15. So with your muscle memory and the way that you develop that as like a child, when you do reach the age of 21, 25, 30, 35, 40, however long you can box, you started forming that at a younger age. To
Yes,
start
absolutely.
life, ooh, that's very, very hard. I mean, so to answer your question, I will give the Paul brothers this. They're in phenomenal shape. I mean, they're ripped
Hmm.
as to how good of boxers they can be as far as comparing them to real professionals. No way.
Okay.
No way.
Okay. I thought I might be in a box by myself with that because I feel exactly the same way. Like, I don't think that we should compare them to people that we know have been in this life that are about this life. We know why the young men are doing it, and they're doing an excellent job. I think it's great because people we might not get to see, we're getting to see. You know what I mean? So I think it is great. And I know I expected a certain degree of gaslighting so this can continue so people can get checks and make money and do what they're here to do. But I think we need to just kind of bring it back a little bit because at the end of the day, professionals are professionals, and if they're going to grow into professional boxers, then we'll have to wait and see and judge them as they go. But don't gaslight these boys right now and make them think they somewhere above some of our boxers that are professional and have been here for years and put in the training and put in the work. Not that these boys are not in the last couple of years, like you said. This is a longevity thing. This is not to the corner race. This is a marathon. So you got to make your body and your mind last throughout all of this. And I think for them to make it seem like this kid has such a big, huge chance of beating Tyron Woodley. Mm, I think that gives Tyron more gas to go in there and try to hurt this kid in this exhibit, because he's going to hurt him. He's already offended by the situation, whatever it may be, whether it's their personal interaction or whatever. Because yeah, you done call me out now, and then you're gonna make fun of my record, and then you're gonna make fun of my losses in my face. You know what I'm saying? That gives Tyron. Oh, nobody got a gaslighting, because that Logan kid is already got it. He's already lit. He's already on fire. He's in full flame at this point. So, what cannot happen? What cannot happen? And I'm gonna say this out and open. What cannot happen is what everybody is saying could possibly happen. And Tyron go in there and let this kid catch him and knock him out. That cannot happen. If there's going to be a beef between their world and our world, then we have to have somebody that's going to stand up for our side. So is that going to be Tyron, or is he going to be another one that just let me get my $1 million check or whatever it's going to be and I'm out of here? You feel what I'm saying? That's where Miss Nikki's mind is. Like, how serious are you really taking this? Is this just all about the money and then you blowing smoke for us to just have something entertained so the fight happen? Or are you really this mad? Is he really being this disrespectful? Is this energy that I'm getting from any video that I'm watching real?
Yeah. I mean, I think kind of like what you just mentioned, it's kind of like the real boxing MMA people versus YouTuber fans. And, you know, obviously, what I was talking about earlier, that the YouTuber people are younger and teenagers and stuff, but if there's a big crowd there for it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's because of them. This is actually living.
Yeah.
It's because of their age group and their bracket, the people that they bring. This is even living. That's why I'm saying the boxers and the fighters are not really going to complain at this point because they're benefiting from it.
Yeah.
But as soon as it starts to go south, then we're going to see.
Yep. Exactly.
Who's on which side. That's why I said, if we're going to have this actual beef and we're going to entertain it and we're going to talk about it, please let us have somebody that is really standing up for our side and not just there to say they're an MMA fighter going to do this cross promotion and I'm going to get my check. Mr. Askren, thank you for nothing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Askren, because I was looking for you. I knew you didn't have the best striking, Mr. Askren. Now I'm gonna keep it a buck. I know you weren't there to really, really do a bunch of boxing with this kid, but I expected you to be able to take more than one or two punches from him.
Yeah.
I did expect. You are an MMA fighter. You have been hit before and not foreign to being hit. So I said, okay, I don't really expect Ben to be our savior, but maybe he'll be able to make it look good.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we did have Brian Maxwell on that Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul card that came out a huge success, even though people say that Ted controlled most of the fight. Brian got that big knockdown in that fight. And that's what people are remembering. 10 years from now, when they talk about this, that's what they're going to remember. That he got knocked down, got knocked across the ring, and got knocked down in that exhibition.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Brian Maxwell.
That was very exciting. And, you know, Chad Ochocinco, he really won over a lot of people with what he said post-interview. And, you know, Ochocinco, very cocky, very arrogant, excellent wide receiver. But he actually made a really good point when he said, don't be afraid and try new things. And he did try. And mad respect to him for what he did.
Both men.
Men. And then Maxwell, they both showed respect to each other afterwards. And I loved it. I love that fight. It was exciting as hell. You know?
I think I was maybe one of the only people that took it serious going in, because when I did my interview with Brian, like I was very seriously asking him questions, because I didn't want him to be gaslit either, going in and thinking that Mr. Ocho Cinco was just going to be this pushover and he was just going to fall down. I didn't see him being no fall down in this fight. So I knew at this point, yeah, we got a real low exhibition match here. And, you know, nobody's intending to get hurt or hurt the other person, but somebody could get hurt. So my questions were, do you think he's going to be long and rangy? How serious do you think he's taking it? I know that he probably is in relatively good shape going in. He's not just getting up off the couch, even though we might think he is. He's going to be, he's not, he didn't just pick up the phone and say, oh yeah, I'm going to do this I'm just going blind. I don't have nobody I'm training with. So he's been in some gyms. He uses boxing gyms to keep fit in his career for the NFL. Unbeknownst to me, that was just something I flipped off on my head talking to Brian in that moment. I just kind of put it together in that moment because I was really finding out that this was happening in that moment. So I took it seriously.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that both gentlemen went in healthy and came out healthy. I'm glad they both had fun. I know there's a level of respect between them two, which was there before and still there after. Um, we're not going to get that in every exhibition. You know what I mean? So when you get those, you might as well enjoy them, people, because we're not going to get them in every exhibition. But we did this time, and I don't know. Maybe that is an initiator for Ocho Cinco to come back and be another guest, boxer. I mean, people enjoyed it. They were rooting for him. He had a big crowd for him. So I think he would be wonderful to come back if he chooses to. I say come back, Mr. Ocho Cinco, have a
Yeah.
good time. Yeah, that was fearless because Miss Nikki is not about to do it. Nope. Not nope.
Yeah, he's got the personality. He can sell a fight easy. So he was in shape. He's a great athlete, and like I said, the message that he had post really was uplifting, I thought. And so I would love to see Ocho Cinco back in the ring again. So
I
yeah,
do too. I do too. Even though Brian got the nice knockdown, I do too. And just the fact that they're really legitimately saying that everybody because I was working during the fight, so I didn't get to see it, but everybody has said that Ocho Cinco was really controlling the fight, and I think that's exciting. He probably did something he wasn't really expecting himself to do, but proved himself to be wrong. I can do this, so come
yeah.
on back, Mr. Ocho Cinco. That'll be another great match. Were you surprised? I was shocked and surprised to hear that Jarrett Hurd lost his fight on
Um,
that card. I was really, because that was one of the real boxing matches. So, and I was like, this kid, you know, he's coming in a little bit newer, a little bit fresher. He's making us feel like this is going to be an exciting fight, and it should be. He should walk away with the victory. And then I hear the results and I'm like, oh, Lord, this is not good. Even though it's only his second win, but for him to take a loss on a card like this,
yeah.
what did you think?
It was a really good fight, and it was what we needed. As far as like the whole credibility goes, and you have to have some real fights and real professional bouts. Just get more eyes on it and just have more of a serious tone. So I mean, that was good for it. And I hope that in the future they're going to continue to have more credible real fights on these events. I don't know if I told you or not, but I am going to be announcing the event coming up between Eric Morales and Marco Antonio Barrera. It's happening July the 16th in Arlington, Texas. And they're going to be having a fourth fight in the exhibition. Yes. This was just recently announced. I'm really, really, really excited about this. It shifts the tone from what we were speaking about earlier as far as exhibition goes, because it was kind of like a fake fighter versus a real fighter. I mean, these are two real fighters that are Mexican legends that have fought 3 times and that are pretty much enemies. And I'm going to be announcing on that card. I'm not sure if I'll get the main event, but I have been contacted. I'm going to be announcing it's going to be July the 16th in Arlington. and
I'd like to come to that one too.
it's going to be huge. I mean, especially a treat for the Mexican fans because both of those guys are synonymous with Mexican boxing. And I got to meet Marco Antonio Barrera because I was announcing in Dallas, Mesquite, it's a suburb, last month. I got to go down there and Marco was there. And it was a lot of fun. He got in the ring and he made the announcement with me that he's going to be fighting Morales for a fourth time. And I was just like, wow. So it's something extra special, and on this I especially applaud and I agree with it because I mean, as we all know, these fighters, it's such a toll on your body. And I remember USC did a study about one of the most difficult sports to participate in, and boxing was number one. It takes a toll on the body, and ultimately these warriors deserve one more payday, in my opinion. And then the people at home that wanted to see their heroes in the ring one last time, absolutely. You saw they had a fight in 2002 and 05 or '06, but it was around that time period. And we all remember how special it was, their hand speed and how good technically they were. And now they're going to do it all over again in Arlington, July the 16th. July the 16th in Arlington, put on by the Boxing Showcase. I will be announcing that night. I'm hoping to get the main event. I'm not sure yet because it might be a TV guy like Michael Buffer, Lupe Contreras, but I'm really excited about that. And I mean, that just it kind of shifts the paradigm as far as it's not real fighter versus fake fighter. I mean, two legit legends. They're in their about late 40s, so they're older, but they're not old men.
Right.
So it's going to be a lot of fun. So once again, July the 16th, Arlington, Texas. It will be Barrera Morales for the first ever exhibition in Texas, and it's all going to go down. So yeah, that one right there. If you'd like to come out, it'd be great to have you. And
Oh my goodness, I would love to come to that.
yeah,
Holy manoli cannoli. Gee, so what about the undercard? You know anything about it? Have they built up on it yet, or are you just is it still fresh and they're still putting it together? We don't have a lot of information.
they're still putting it together. Rafael Listo Gaitan is going to be fighting. I think Marco Vasquez is going to be fighting. Dallas Fort Worth based fighters. Those
Oh
guys
wow.
mentioned. They're going to be fighting. As far as more, I'm not quite sure yet. They've got a lot of work to do because it is the first ever exhibition, official
Okay.
exhibition in Texas. And, you know, just like anything, when it's the first time event or whatever, you've got it, you know, everybody's new to the concept. I do feel as though exhibitions are really going to catch fire and kind of one of those, the old cliche, whether you like it or not.
Yes.
It's gonna happen. And so that right there, in my opinion, when it happens, and obviously I'm affiliated with it, so of course I'm gonna say,
Hmm.
but this is the biggest exhibition that will have ever taken place because it continues the story, or it's the final chapter in the story between the epic rivalry between Marco Antonio Barrera and Eric Morales.
Wow, that is awesome. I'm glad that you are going to be a part of that, and hopefully Miss Nikki will be able to come and stand and be in the rafters with you, young man, and
Yeah,
watch this excellent exhibition go down, and watch these two legends of the game
yeah. You
get in
want?
there and showcase. Probably for their last time is showcasing for us.
Yeah. You show up. I'll make sure that the fighters go to you. You can conduct some one-on-one interviews with them, and yeah, it would be a privilege. I highly recommend it. Not quite sure how far Arlington is of a drive, but it's going to be a big production. After this, you can talk to me, and I will tell you who to get into contact with,
Okay.
um, and you can go from there.
Okay, baby. Okay, so my last two questions. What do you think? What is your take on our new bare knuckle scene? Well, what do you think about the bare knuckle promotions and the fighters doing their thing there? Have you
Wow,
been have you been watching or keeping up or become a fan?
another great question. Um, and the world set ablaze over this. What you just said. Um, if you remember the same way you felt in 1993 when UFC just took off, it's the same way we feel now with bare knuckle. Uh, the first professional U.S. bare knuckle show was 017, right? Dave Feldman, I think,
Yes, 2018.
2018. And we were just kind of like the whole UFC thing, like, okay, do I like this? Do I not like this? Is this stepping on the toes of pro boxing with UFC? Now we're looking at bare knuckle as stepping on the toes of MMA. And a lot of people talk about that. My message, we can coexist. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
We can all coexist. There's no, I mean, come on, really? I mean, in a country of 330 million people, I mean, we can all have shows, we can all run, we can all exist. But to answer your question, ooh, I've seen some of those guys and girls' faces after, and I cringe. Um, I'm going, wow, I'm just seeing. But is it exciting? Absolutely. Absolutely exciting. The athletes are very dedicated.
Mm-hmm.
Something fun, something exciting. I would like to announce it one day, and it's taking off. Just like exhibitions are taking off. So ultimately, at first, I wasn't too sure, and I didn't like it. Like it's been growing on me. I just got really more, and so yeah, I can honestly say that at the end of the day, I do like it.
Okay, cool beans. We like you liking it. Um, my last question would be to you is you said to me when we opened about everyone getting vaccinated. So I'm going to assume that everyone in your family has been vaccinated.
Yes,
What's
ma'am.
the youngest person in the family that has been vaccinated?
Oh, now I have a 5-year-old daughter and a 2-month son, and obviously they have not.
Okay.
We can't. But me and my wife have, my parents have. I encourage everybody out there to get vaccinated. This is not something to mess around with. There's all these rumors about how it harms. But, I mean, I just want everybody to get healthy. We need these events again. We need to live life again. And we're a blessing by the fact that A, we're alive, and B, we've got a vaccine. So I just encourage everybody out there to get vaccinated. Don't sleep on this. Don't wait on this. It's not just for you. Just like President Biden said, it's not just for you. It's for those around.
Did you have any, like when you get your flu shot, sometimes people have reactions to them. Did anyone in the family have a reaction or anything? Any soreness? Is it true that the magnets will stick where you got your shot?
I haven't even heard of that. Um,
You put a magnet there and it sticks wherever you got the shot. It's supposed to have a little chip or something in it.
I've never heard of that.
Oh,
I don't think that happened. I was a little bit fatigued from
okay.
that.
But that's like I think that's normal if you get vaccinated for mostly anything, your body is taking that in and adjusting to it. So that doesn't sound like a bad side effect at all. And which company do you think your shot came from?
Johnson and Johnson, and then
Okay.
my wife got it from Pfizer, and so
Oh, so y'all didn't even get the same
no,
exact vaccine. Okay, so that's interesting.
the Johnson and Johnson one got pulled the day after. I got lucky because I went to pick up a prescription and they just said if you haven't been vaccinated, we just had an opening. I got it, so I got one, bam, and then comes out the next day there was some complications, but I'm fine. Come on, now everybody needs to. I mean, believe me, the CDC, they would not allow this to happen. If
Do you feel safe without your mask now that you've been vaccinated? Have you been going out, since being vaccinated, have you stopped wearing your mask or?
you know, if in South Texas where I live, if it says that you have to wear a mask, I mean, I respect that. I just
Okay.
one of those people breaking the rule or saying, "Oh, you're not going to tell me what to do," or if I'm going to make the person next to me more comfortable, I'll do it. But I've been vaccinated. I had COVID. Um,
Oh, so you actually did get sick with it
yes,
before vaccinations came out.
and that was the previous summer. And
How
uh,
hard was it on you?
I was very blessed after seeing what other people have had to deal with. Um, you know, uh, uh, it was just being tired a lot, but just nothing compared to what I'm seeing about people going to the hospital and being on ventilators. So I can't complain. And so after getting it, you get the antibiotics for a while. Now I'm vaccinated, and uh, when I had it, I stayed away from people. I just had to wait for 2 weeks until I tested negative, and I could be around people. So
Cool beans. Well, shoot, you have so many exciting things. I understand why. I understand why you feel like the vaccination is warranted and needed because we're always out in the public and we are amongst big public crowds. So yeah, I get that. And I'm glad that you did get vaccinated, and I'm glad that it did turn out to be good for you and your family. And I'm probably this close to going ahead and do it, but I haven't been sick with COVID. I never caught it, and I don't know. My immune system has been really holding on for me. I've been doing really great. I just had that head cold just from running around in the rain, but as far as being sick with COVID and all that stuff, I've been blessed. I have been so blessed. Thank you, Lord Jesus. And I am excited to start working on coming to these events that you, my friend, are going to be announcing. I'm excited for you to be getting back into the swing of things, and that your phone is ringing off the hook for you to come and announce and be a part of these great events. Sponsors need you there. They need us there as fans. They need our support. Um, I'm excited that we're starting to get back to life again. I just hope that we can keep this COVID down. I hope we don't have any new strains that break out. We just all got to be, like you said, proactive and make sure our movements are safe and protect ourselves and those around us. So I'm thankful that we have that message that is at least continuous to be spread amongst our community and encouragement.
yeah,
Um, you're going to San Antonio in 2 days, you say?
going to be going to San Antonio tomorrow to do the weigh-ins for the TMB Night of Bad Intentions with
And intentions.
Bad Intentions, baby. And it's going to all happen at the Expo Hall in San Antonio Saturday night, June the 12th. Excited about that. Any more information, go to Team Morones Boxing on Facebook. Easy to find us. And then they will tell you more there. Anybody out there that wants to find me, just find me at Christian Schmidt Facebook. Easy to find me there. Send me a friend request, inbox me, whatever you want to talk about. I'm always down for it. And once again, thank you so much, Miss Nikki. I can see your passion. It would be great to have you at any of the events that I
Oh
arrange.
my goodness.
I will give you the contact information. You can check your schedule. You can see what's like closest to you as far as where proximity wise where you live. I'll be happy to, especially weigh-in time. You're right at the events. To pull the flyers to the side, you can have some words with them. It'd be great to have you. So let's talk after that. And best of luck to you. And I look forward to watching your shows in the future.
Thank you, Sir Christian Schmidt. It's been our honor and our pleasure to have you with us. And you are welcome back anytime you want, young man. I'm going to do my best to try to make sure I get to one of these, two of these, all of these shows. This is exciting for me. The professional wrestling, the boxing, the MMA. It is all exciting for me. I love it. I'll cover it all. Um, let's just keep the party train moving and the encouragement going. And young man, you and I will be speaking soon. Enjoy this show you're about to do. Make sure you send Miss Nikki some footage or some pictures so I can post it and show people all the happenings that was going on there, or some of the happenings that was going on there. And we will speak soon. And you guys, y'all know what it is. Love, peace, and hair grease from Miss Nikki and Fight Heads MMA. Sir Chrisian Schmidt, our ring announcer. Saturday, San Antonio. To do what he told you, go. And when I post it, I'm going to make sure that the information is there in the description, you guys. So make sure you go and check it out. All right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, baby.
All right. Bye bye.